Kind of breezy this morning, but it was nice. On the other hand, it was the first day I felt like I needed to wear a sweater to walk outside.
Yeah, Luca walked out this morning and he said it smells like winter outside.
Ooh.
And I was like, what does winter smell like? And then he didn't answer. I guess he was like,
Well,
it's too much.
But he's clearly on track to follow in your footsteps here.
Oh man, I hope not. I shall dissuade him from this profession. Anyways, the rest of today looks pretty decent, but yeah, it's cool. It's breezy. The good news is we're getting a little bit more sun than I would have anticipated at this hour. I thought it would take a few hours to break out. We didn't really need that. Down East Maine is seeing some cloud cover, as I mentioned. You can kind of loosely tie that all the way back to Fiona. There's Fiona right there, right? It's a little harder to see at the later frames, but early when the sun angle's lower, you can see the eye as it moves to the northeast there of Bermuda. But overall, this is all tied together. So that's where some of the high thin cloudiness is moving into Down East Maine as it steers generally in that direction. So hour by hour forecast, the rest of today looks fine. It's still going to be breezy, wind gusts 25-30 miles an hour. And the breeze will continue overnight. A lot of times it slackens overnight, but because we've got a couple of factors here, northwest winds from the front and then Fiona approaching, I don't see that happening. So I think that actually saves us from some of the coldest temperatures. A lot of us stay in the 40s overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. And then Saturday, there's Fiona. I do think there will be obviously more cloudiness over down east and northern Maine. But even western Maine, may be a few high thin clouds from the outskirts of Fiona. Eventually those burn off, move as Fiona moves away. We end up with temperatures into the 60s tomorrow. I think it's actually a nice day. You just have to be aware that it's going to be breezy, and then windy here. We'll talk more specifics, obviously, about the wind forecast over down East Maine here in just a second. And then we'll go into Sunday with a mixture of sun and clouds. I think it's likely to be a little bit warmer on Sunday, upper 60s, maybe some low 70s possible. And then some rain comes in after sunset with some showers on Sunday night. And we're probably going to be unsettled to start the work week next week. So this is Fiona's being steered by that cold front to some degree. High pressure's in place. And then again, we just make Sunday before showers come back in Sunday night into Monday. And it's probably pretty dreary on Monday and maybe into Tuesday as well. Category 4 hurricane still. You can see that this is having trouble keeping up with the track there, but it's right there. It's moving faster now with winds at 130 miles an hour. The track is pretty unchanged as it is going to go into Nova Scotia here as what will likely be a storm with winds of about 100 miles an hour, maybe 90 miles an hour, depending on how it approaches exactly. It's going to become extratropical, though, at that point, so it will be kind of looked at differently, even though it has the same impacts. So as far as winds go on Saturday, wind gusts of 35 miles an hour possible, I think, statewide. As you get closer into down East Maine, 45 miles an hour, I think, is likely to be the number. Is a 50 possible? It's sure. I think it is. There's a high wind warning in effect in the shaded kind of tan color here until 8 p.m. on Saturday. So there's a possibility of some power outages. I'm not overly bullish on this, though, because I think that down East Maine has certainly shown a history of getting snowstorms like this with winds that are similar, and there's no snow. There are leaves in the trees, but like I said, I think also the fact that the winds are out of the north-northwest is good, not right off the open ocean. So be prepared for a power outage in down east, but I'm not all doom and gloom about it. Showers do come back Monday and Tuesday, but then a decent week next week. I think much better than this last work week was.
That was nice. Thank you, Keith.